Dad.
Hi, good evening, Anna.
How you doing?
Good, good. How about you? How you doing?
I'm good.
How you feeling? I mean, your fight was exactly a week ago. So how you feeling right now?
Yeah. I mean, I feel fine. Like after the fight, Alan told me to just take a week off and just not even think about do anything, you know. So I mean, I feel really relaxed. You know, I got to just kind of unwind a little bit, and you know, whenever I do think about the fight, you know, I mean, it's obviously I would have liked winning, but
Mm-hmm.
I would not change it any other way in terms of like my game plan or like my training
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. You know, I think it just played out the way we kind of expected it to play out, except for the like the point deductions and stuff like that. So you know, I don't want to be in a position where I'm just gonna sit here and just kind of process everything that happened within the past week, nevertheless the past, you know, few weeks, you know, within the camp and everything. I kind of felt like, you know, at that moment I did exactly what I wanted to do, you know.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, and you have nothing to be ashamed of. You fought gallantly, and you laid it all on the line. You trained, 110%. And at the end of the day, God has His plan, and what happens happens. And you fought well, and I'm happy. And congratulations. We can't control the decision of the judges or whatever the referees or whatnot, but definitely, champ. I mean, no, you don't have to, no regrets, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, thanks for all the nice words.
Of course, of course. And yeah, so let's talk about the fight. I mean, a lot of people definitely tuned into that fight. I mean, even in the message boards on the post fights and whatnot. Can you talk to us basically what happened there and with the referee deduction that you just mentioned and how they were, policing? Because I heard your game plan was to go to the body and whatnot. Tell us how that affected you.
Well, you know, this fight, it had been, you know, on the board in terms of our plans, you know, ever since like last year. And I also knew that the WBO, they were doing a lot of political things in terms of like trying to strip me from my belt. And, you know, they're trying to lobby me into a position where, you know, if my only choice was to go to Argentina and fight, you know, Yesica Marcos in our own hometown, you know, do that or just get the title stripped. You know, I'm sure, in fact, when we were over there in Argentina, like one of the team members of Yesica Marcos he actually admitted that he was surprised that we actually took the fight to fight Jessica in our own hometown. So with me, you know, with my whole approach to it, you know, I already knew what was in the WBO's main objectives. Obviously, they want to be able to have this Marcos, you know, as a champion and stuff like that. And they just literally wanted to strip me away from it, you know, with all these technicalities. So going into this fight, I knew that everything was going to be against me. I mean, I don't want to go off and complain about it because I knew exactly what I was getting into. You know, I just basically had two choices. I could either, you know, get the belt stripped from me or just fight. And I just happened to pick the route of fighting, you know, and I just figure, you know, if there's going to be just one chance where I'll be able to retain the title, you know, because like even after all of that, you know, I was going to be like, yeah, you know, you go ahead and keep your stupid title. If you're going to do all of that extra work just to strip me at the title, go ahead and keep it, you know. It's not worth paying the extra tuition or whatever, the extra fees that you have to pay for the sanctioning body and stuff like that. And, you know, there's a lot of opportunities to work with other organizations, you know. But, you know, just going into this camp and just going to the fight, you know, I felt like I had the only chance I had was just to stop her, you know. So I kind of just went out of I guess, like with my overall style. It was just, you know, just sticking and moving, do a lot of boxing, because I knew I wouldn't be rewarded, especially over in Argentina against Jessica Marcos. I have to like do something dramatic, you know, just even keep the title, because at that point already I knew that they as soon as I signed that contract, you know, I'm basically signing for the WBO to just take the title away, you know. But if I had the opportunity to bring out a message, which I feel like I was able to do in this fight. I can, but anyway, that's a totally different topic. But yeah, I just wanted to go in there and, I felt like I had the advantage. And I knew it was bigger than me. I was going to be taller than her and stuff like that. And I knew that they were going to overlook me. In fact, they did. It seems that I landed there. They're all checking me out, and they were surprised at how skinny I was. I mean, these are where their work.
Mm-hmm.
How skinny I was, and they thought I was small. They thought I needed to eat more, and it was just funny at how during the weigh-in, then all of a sudden everyone's mentality changed. And I'm talking about the media and Yesica Marcos people, everyone, just everyone pretty much.
Yeah.
As soon as they saw me step on that scale, they're like, "Oh, it's hard for you to make your weight." And I'm like, I'm sure there's a lot of different factors that made it seem like I was an approachable fighter to have him just come down. I didn't seem like a threat,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just really worked on just going in there. I expected it to be war. I was saying how much more important. I was like, yeah, you know what? This is going to be my game plan, and I expect it to be a brawl. If you can just just work on certain things with me, and just have at it. And every day that I sparred, it was a battle.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what reflected in the fight, I believe. I thought it was working in terms of like being able to gain the momentum, because I knew she was going to stand in there, throw her volume punching, and I knew I had to be conditioned to go ahead and take something like that, before that particular style. Because I wanted to make sure that I was able to stay in the pocket and just plant my stance and just with full range of motion be able to just keep working the body over and over and over again, which I felt like I was in the process of doing, especially when I was 4 and 5. And then by the time I had that point deducted, man, I just couldn't believe it. I mean, I remember vividly when the referee just gave that point deduction, I just stood there and I looked him straight in the eye and I said, "Really?"
Exactly.
I was like, and I was thinking it couldn't have been all low blows because this is what I've been practicing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I was practicing the how low blows, and I mean, I don't know. It just threw me off, and I was like, you know what? They literally took everything away from me. I knew if I go in there boxing, they're not going to reward me anyway. If I made them miss miles and miles away, I wouldn't get rewarded for it.
Mm-hmm.
My only shot is to go in there and do my shot. And I knew that if I did anything, and they even try to call me on it, where she was we were right there, we were neck and neck, it was close counters, and then I just pushed her away just to maintain my distance, because the second half of the fight, Angela told me just to box, and just for that little movement, and you see it all the time on boxing. Angela's like, "Oh, she's cheating, she's cheating."
Yeah.
And I'm thinking in my head, I'm probably one of the cleanest boxers that you're ever going to see in terms of female boxing, And I'm like, you know what, this is a whole bunch of crap. But I don't want to sit here and sound like I'm complaining. Or anything like that, because again, I expected all of this to fall through. It just didn't turn out, the way that I would like it to be. I would love to see her, just finish her off in the later part of round 8, and to just finish the job round 9 and 10. Because I was expecting, late stoppage, lean all into the fight. But,
yeah.
I got to say overall, it's an interesting experience to have something like that happen to you live, so.
Yeah, and I've actually noticed that too, and I wrote it in my article. It seemed to me that the referee was his main intent there was to police you. Like, yeah, I remember you pushing her away a little bit at one time, but he was already, you get what I mean? Like, he was on top of your every move. It's like he was just waiting for you to do something. You get what I mean? Like, he was just waiting for you to make a mistake, and he's gonna penalize you for it. So it was ridiculous, and the way he was so animated.
I know the name. dSource. Doing my job, doing